Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough. Nothing says rough like a show with a name so rough that we might have to call it Kindig Customs for the first minute. But a show by any other name is just as awesome, and Kindig Customs is one of the most popular shows on Velocity Motor Trend. The man behind the show, Dave Kindig, is just as fascinating as the cars he builds. But where did Kindig Customs and its creator Dave Kindig come from? Welcome back to Tuna No Crust, the largest dedicated car TV channel on YouTube. And if you're not subscribed yet, now's a great time to join the convoy and stay up to date with our latest uploads. Now, let's do some digging on Kindig-It. With the minute limit up, we can finally call Kindig Customs by the name you've all been waiting for.
Building custom cars isn't easy. It's bitchin'.
Bitchin' Rides. This name is so out there that the show is known as Kindig Customs outside of the US and Salt Lake Garage in other parts of the world. But that won't stop you from hearing the word bitchin' every so often in a good way.
This is gonna be a bitchin' truck.
Bitchin' Rides.
The trailer for the show covers all the bitchins. You know what you're in for. The show follows the same format as many car shows we know and love. Kindig gets a car, makes plans to modify it, and we get to watch it from start to finish. But there are a few twists that make Bitchin' Rides stand out from Fast and Loud and other renovation shows. If art is a form of self-expression, then the execution of Bitchin' Rides will tell us a bit about its creator. Let's start with how Kindig gets his cars. As with most restoration shows, a lot of them are junk, but they get turned into works of art on Bitchin' Rides. The show is more about the process than the profit, which sets it apart from the business-heavy Fast and Loud and its ilk. The show currently has 9 seasons and shows no signs of stopping. The same can't be said of the spin-off Beyond Bitchin' Rides, which… let's save that for another video. What makes Bitchin' Rides tick? Dipping into Dave's biography a little early, Kindig isn't just a car guy, he's also an art guy. That means you sometimes see the roughest sketch of a car before it's made.
My first design work, I was always passionate about designing, but my first design work was actually insects. And then I very quickly found out you can't make those, so I went to my second love, which was cars. And, I just played around a lot with Legos and Hot Wheels, got into plastic models, and my mom was an artist, and I always, loved watching her paint. She was doing mostly like horses and backgrounds of, forestry or whatever.
Many viewers love his attention to detail and passion as he works. It makes the show as unique as its cars. Another thing that makes Bitchin' Rides a unique watch is that they aren't just a custom shop, but also do car production. If you look at his work, you'll find plenty of exclusives including unique colors, carbon fiber frames made in-house, and more. That is what it means to have a custom car garage that also does production. Don't be fooled. Bitchin' Rides is still mostly an auto restoration show. But when Dave Kindig makes something from the ground up, there's no doubt that you have just seen a piece of art enter the world. But enough about the show, what about the man? We've already done a video on what happened to some of the other cast members. Check it out in the link below. This video is about the man behind the machines, Dave Kindig himself, so let's start where it all began. Much of Dave's early life is shrouded in mystery. We have his birthday, February 6, 1960 in Salt Lake City, Utah. We don't know who his parents were, but they recognized their son had talent from a young age. At 5 years old, he was obsessed with drawing cars and playing with Legos. His parents did nothing to stop him. Dave's interest only grew with time. In high school, he would skip classes to work on his friends' cars.
I was pretty short until I was a junior. And but I never got in a fight in junior high or high school. I always made friends with the biggest guys. I'd draw them cars and they'd be like, hey, leave that kid alone. And so I just really had a great time growing up.
He eventually dropped out, got a job, and began working toward a full-time career in car customization. When he wasn't working in ceramic coatings, he did small customizations and designed his own cars. Dave Kindig married Charity in 1992. As far as we know, he never had any previous affairs and never got divorced. Dave and Charity have been married for over 30 years as of this video. It's a good thing too. Charity and their 2 kids, Drew and Bailey, feature prominently in the shop. Let's hope this family sticks together. Also, Charity is a huge car fan herself. Not only does she help run the shop, but she has a favorite car. the '67 Chevelle Malibu that she drove to nightclubs in her youth. Her parents were classic car fans and avid hot rodders, so she got a head start on car culture. When she met another car enthusiast at a nightclub, the rest was history. She even got a job at an auto parts shop to help pay the bills. Kindig Designs is closely intertwined with Dave's family. It wasn't until Charity had her first child, Drew, that she said he could quit his job and start his own business. He had been working for other people for roughly a decade. When Drew was born, it was time. It didn't take long for Dave and his family to rise in the automotive industry. Project after project came in as more and more people saw Dave's talent. The small family shop struck deals with major auto brands like Dodge, Lotus, and Lamborghini. Maverick and Cornwall Tools sponsored them. And even though it's all thanks to Dave's creativity and passion, he never forgets the people who help him out. For Dave Kindig, car customization is a family affair. He runs the shop and Charity is the vice president. Their son Drew helps with metal fabrication while their daughter Kaylee works on the store website. His family is learning the tricks of the trade exactly how Dave did, through real-life experience and unquenchable passion. Looking at their info, their history with cars and planes could almost be a video in itself. Kindig Designs has more staff than just the family, of course. Visit their website and let us know if you want to dive deeper into any of the members working on these works of art on wheels. Yes, that would include Alfie, the family dog, too. So, how did this shop in Utah get its own Discovery Channel show? Sometimes a shop gets famous mostly because it was on TV, but that's not the case with Dave Kindig. In 2014, Discovery Channel saw the Kindig success and offered to make a show. While we don't have figures on how much busier the shop got, the added exposure certainly had its benefits. Dave is now viewed as one of the best custom car craftsmen in the world. But he didn't stop at the show. He makes plenty of cars off-screen, some of which are 100% unique. Some of them have even won awards. These awards include, but are not limited to, GM Design Award 2007, Utah Hot Rod Inductee 2008, Master Builder Award 2012, Trendsetter Award Good Guys 2012, Ford Design Award 2013, Best on RS 2018, and more. Note that these are all for his cars, not for his extremely popular TV show. He knows where his priorities are and what keeps his fans glued to the screen. Dave is also not afraid to take risks. While some of us may balk at modifying a classic car too much, he looked at the 1953 Corvette and realized a few major flaws. The most obvious to his artist's eye was that the front of the car bulged instead of having a more aerodynamic, torpedo-like profile. It was also so small that many drivers today would not be able to fit in the car. These problems were fixed in the Kindig 1953 Chevrolet Corvette that he showed off at SEMA 2021. This is still a Corvette, but it's the swankiest Corvette you'll ever see. And that's saying something. By the way, some of Dave's cars are not designed as one-offs. He knows enough about the process to design some of his cars with mass production in mind. That said, you can still expect to pay a pretty penny. Custom cars are usually expensive, and Kindig Designs vehicles are no exception. If you want one, expect to pay at least $200,000 and wait up to 10 years. And while we could get into the various controversies with Kindig Designs, maybe not in this video. Let us know if you want to dust off a few possible scandals though. They could probably be their own video. That said, if you want to see what the Kindigs are up to in real time, Dave and his family are all over social media. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, they even have a YouTube channel. But if you want your own Kindig custom job to be on TV, you'll have to get in line. And if you happen to live in the Salt Lake City area, Kindig Designs works with Lincoln Tech to give upcoming car artists training that they can't get anywhere else. Check out the Academy link on their website to learn more about that. If you follow this channel, you're probably passionate about cars and trucks like Dave Kindig. But what else do you love? Could you make your passion into a business? More importantly, Dave found a real gem when he found Charity. If you have a significant other, do they share your interests? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell. We'll see you next time.